What is going on? This is your girl Genesis, and this is Sitting with Sis.
Yeah, you know that I missed you. Tune in because you're sitting with your sister. Sitting with sis. So go ahead, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Thank you so very much for checking out this channel. Well, checking out my channel. This is my very first video. It is it's 9 it's 9:38 p.m. on my birthday, which is December 25th. So shout out to all of you, everyone who has reached out to me. My phone is still going off. But shout out to everyone who has reached out to me. So many phone calls. Oh my goodness. Phone calls, video calls, text messages, Instagram messages, posts, Facebook posts. What else? My goodness. It's just been so much. I just feel so loved. I'm so appreciative. So thank you so very much for that. And then my boy, have you seen it? My boy Tyler, the creator. He went ahead and he did a Hey Now freestyle. So shout out to you because what Kendrick has been since Kendrick dropped GNX. That's all I've been playing. So shout out to all the West Coast babes. You know, this is California love. y'all eating it up. And then Tyler sat here and he dropped the Hey Now freestyle. And he was over there just like walking. Ty, I see you. I'm loving it. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of them. Look, I pray more West Coast people come out and just do their thing. But this ain't about y'all. It's about me. It's not about y'all. It's about me. So let me just let you guys know what you will be seeing on my channel. So if I'm not making proper content, look, it's my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I am pushing past the procrastination. So this is how we ended up here. I am in my big, beautiful chair. I am in the studio. I don't know if you can see, but I'm in my studio. It is currently 40 degrees, but it feels like 37 and it's icy. It's icy on this good old December 25th. So I'm still going to have to get this video out before midnight. So fingers crossed, pray for me. On my channel, you will definitely see a food review. English. You will definitely see food reviews. I am a foodie. I love amazing food. So I'm going to be showing y'all where some good spots are or just what I've tried. And very honest. Be open and very honest. Also, you will see wig reviews. So I was in the hair industry for almost 12 years. Just shy of 12 years. I just left this year. So I got a story about that. But I love wigs. The amount of knowledge that I've gained all over these years, understanding what people use them for so many different reasons, knowing the benefits of them. There's so many things I could share. So you will be seeing that on this channel. I am an artist and I love art. So I will be gushing about what I saw, who I saw, what products I've received, and just giving y'all, the 411, the whole rundown for that. What else? What else? I feel like I'm being so short. I just recorded this video and it was so good. And then my phone went out of storage. So it's just gone. Just went to the ethers. Oh man. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, food reviews, product reviews. We're going to be checking out some art. We're going to just sit down and have some story times because your girl been through it. Your girl been through it. So once this segment is over, I'll let y'all check out my little mukbang that I attempted to do. Child, that food was good. So shout out to Aaliyah. I'm going to miss you, baby girl. She is moving to Las Vegas, but I'm going to put her information so that way if you are in Vegas and you come across her page, you need to go pull up and support because this baby, she cooks and she gets down. So shout out to you and thank you so much for my birthday dinner. I am so appreciative. just giving y'all a little background on who I am. I am Genesis. I am a big sister to many, a aunt to a whole lot of babies. I love all my babies. A mother to two dogs, and I'm feeling like that's where we're gonna end that off. I'm so tired. Uh, it's been a it's been a day, and recording this, I felt like I almost gave up, but I'm like, nah, we're gonna push past that. Adversities happen to push you to see if this is something that you truly want to do, and this is. So just giving y'all just a little bit of my business real quick. So much has happened this year, and there's so much that I should be grateful for. So first and foremost, I want to thank a big God. Thank you, Big Daddy. Thank you, God, for just seeing it fit to allow me the opportunity to be here. Uh, all the people who have reached out to me, so much love. I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for just everything. My goodness, I don't even know where to start. Second on my list. Shout out to my mama. Girl, you did that. You pushed a G out. Well, literally, but you pushed a real one out. So I thank you. I love you so much. So this is not only my day, girl, it's our day. Because, this is the day we came together. And so I love you. And then, of course, my grandmas and my grandpas. And all my ancestors. Because, the genetics, they hooked me up a little bit. Not gonna lie. They hooked it up a little bit. So shout out to y'all. And then shout out to me because that's why we here, right? So this year it's been heavy, and it's definitely been like my faith walk year. I've been walking in my faith since I was a child, but to step out on faith, I quit my job in January. Just shy of 12 years. It was over 11 and a half years, but just shy of 12 years. So final straw for me was I got up one morning in January. It was about 3:45. And I sat at the edge of the bed and I just cried, man. I loved the work that I did. I loved the people that I've impacted. But management, it was just two people, and it sucked so bad because it was just two people that I borderline like HATED them, and they just made life like so miserable. It was so miserable. I've done so much. I've accomplished so much with and for the company. Within my career there, I want to say that I've brought in over $20 million to the company. And so it's crazy when you can bring in, 1.5, $2+ million annually. You can make that profit margin for the company, and yet still never get promotions. Well, I got promotions. I never did see a price increase. So, like, how does that work? I just got promoted with the same pay, more responsibility. Right before I left, I was doing international trade and manning the United States. I didn't have all of the U.S., but I had some places in the United States that I had all of Canada, and I was killing it. Like, I was doing it. I'm so proud of myself, but it just felt like I was put in a fight, and I had all my extremities just like tied down. Like, no matter what I did, and this was management, it just felt like they went out of their way to try to make life hard for me. I think they wanted me to quit. I don't think they really wanted me there. I got in from my name and reference when I moved back to California I came back to California in 2012. So yeah, I'd been there since 2012 to 2024. So like that's an extremely long time. I had gotten extremely sick working for the company. So when I got diagnosed with my lupus, I had to undergo chemo. I couldn't even be out on medical leave and just heal because 6 months into my year leave, They begged me to come back just to treat me bad. So I wasn't even supposed to be going in the office, but this particular day in January, I feel like it was the 19th, but I couldn't. I don't even care to remember the day. To be honest with you, like it was given that. Like I don't even care to try to remember the date. Like who does that? Like when was the last whooping you had? Like who remembers that? Like who cares? But anywho, I had gotten up. I sat at the edge of the bed. I cried because I was just like I'm about to drive 75 miles to go to work at a place where I'm supposed to be working from home. I'm not even supposed to be in the office, but this broad, she wanted to have a little flex. But we're not going to get into that too much. But in case you're watching, you and him. But anyway, just trying to have a flex. I was the only person who looked like me that worked for this company. Whenever we had another person who looked like me working for the company, they did not last. Matter of fact, right before I left, we had a lady and she came up to me and she just looked at me and she's like, I don't know how you do it. And she just started crying. She's like, I think I'm about to have a heart attack. And I was like, boo, do you and protect yourself, So I can't sit here and tell someone else that. And she did. She quit right after that. Like right after I told her, protect yourself, she quit. Like that same day, like right after we had that conversation. But I was up out of there a couple months later, so I pray she's doing well. But I was driving in. It was almost 5 o'clock in the morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, driving through the canyons, through the Angeles forest, and my tire blew. And I almost went off the side of the cliff. And it was in that moment, I was just like, I just start praying. Because one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pray. If I don't know how to do anything else, I know how to pray. So I just started praying. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, please keep me. Like, there's no cell service. Like, if my car would have stopped, I would have just been stuck. And I want to say I was about maybe 5-6 miles. I was in the canyon about 5 to 6 miles away from the exit when my tire blew. So I'm just like praying. It's cars in front of me. They're going slow. And I'm just like, my heart is beating fast. And I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta like move because I gotta get up out of here. I got out. I stopped in this complex parking lot of like an apartment building or something like that. Took pictures and video of my tire. And I'm going to include it like right here. But I took pictures and videos of my tire and I reached out to management. I'm like, look, she's not answering the phone because she can sleep good. She can sleep late. I'm the only one commuting from Timbuktu and I'm not even supposed to. But when I got back in my car and I was like, I need to get to a tire place. And nobody was open at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, they weren't opening until almost 8. But I drove another 7 miles basically on my rims. Because the tire, when I say like sparks was flying behind me when I was driving, and I was not stopping. I just kept on praying. I was like, God, you got me. You got me. Like, please, Lord, like, just let me make it. Just let me make it to the tire place. And when I say I literally made it to the tire place and then the car just stopped. But I made it. And so sitting there for a couple hours, I called my mom and I was just crying. And I'm just like, Mom, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm going to be sick. I stayed so sick. The stress was so bad. The stress was so much. It literally made me ill. It triggered my lupus. Like, I was sick and fighting for my life. Like, behind a job that I'm not even getting paid, like they did anything to play me out of my commissions. Because there was a point in time where my commissions was so fat. Like, I didn't even know how much I made an hour. Like, when my check came, it was just like extra. Like, oh, Like, oh, okay. Like, commissions was fat like that. And then, like, they just kept changing things. So that way, you would just miss it. Like, I was like, I'm not going to keep doing this. So my manager finally reaches out because she wakes up, lucky you. So she finally reaches out and she's like, oh my God, I got your message and I heard. I'm so glad you're okay. So what time do you think you'll be coming in? I told my mom, I said, I told God that if, and you don't barter with God, but I was like, look, Big Daddy, get me to a tire place and I will quit. Like, cause you letting me know I don't need to be here and I'm being here, but get me to the tire place and I promise I'ma quit. Like, I'll quit. Like, I will do anything else. And it was just so crazy because I had been creating my products for over 10 years. Yeah, sugar has been in existence for 10 years, but I didn't have the bandwidth. I just didn't have it. I didn't have it to do. I was so exhausted running a company that wasn't mine, who didn't give a dang about me. Like, focus on yourself. You have these gifts, you have these abilities, you have this talent. God will make a way for you. Like, I just heard that, like, do you trust me? And I'm just like, yeah, but how can you say you trust me and then you still go to this job every day? Are you really operating in your faith? And I had to be real for a second. And then I apologized to God. And I'm like, because I was like, oh my God, I got these bills. Like, how am I going to pay them? And real talk, I didn't make enough money to pay my bills, but my bills got paid because God is a provider. So I was like, you know what, Big Daddy? I trust you. I said that to God about my health. And when I say I went through it, we'll talk about that later. But I went through it. Like, it was hard. And I had so many people that were like, I don't know how you're able to do this. If it were me, I wouldn't be here. I just think I would have perished a long time ago. And real talk, they probably would have. A lot of people do not make it with this condition. Even with me looking the way that I look, like, as healthy and as, like, vibrant and vivacious, like, this is Yes Sugar, this is me, and this is God. Like, flipped everything all the way around. So God gets all the glory. But I was just like, get me out of this situation and I will quit. I told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna quit. She started laughing. I was like, I'm serious. She was like, you're not gonna quit. Management talk about okay, so what time are you coming? And I'm like, what? Because if I would have got there, I just had very violent thoughts. I did not have, it wasn't a good feel. And I knew, oh, it's time to go. Like, it's time to go. So, ouch. So I had to get up out of there. So I got my tires fixed. I got back on the canyon and I went back home. And then I just sent them a nice note. I was like, look, this is done. Like, I'm not doing this. Matter of fact, send up for a pickup, get your property out of my home. And let's just cut ties, cut my check, cash out my PTO hours. I'm done. Like, effective immediately, like, done. Because if I had gone off that side of that cliff, that would have been it. It would have been it. They didn't care. They don't care. So definitely focus on yourself. So that was a big thing for me. I quit my job. That was January of this year. It's just like so many things. It's like, so the evolution of Genesis. I'm just so happy. Second major thing that happened, I got divorced. The ring didn't mean a thing. Shout out to Kim Zolciak for that one. I got divorced. So after 5.5 years of marriage, your girl is single again, and I am not on the prowl. I'm just focusing on self. I'm very excited to see. I mean, I know who I am, but just to be able to see, like, 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 what magnitude, like, what I can reach, like, who I become. Does that sound crazy to say? But even like with doing this, I recorded an amazing video, 28 minutes long, and my phone dropped it. And I'm just like, wow. But I went and got my laptop, and look, I'm recording this here. I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking. Hopefully the sound is good. Regardless, this is getting posted. This is my first video. I pray that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's going to get better, but let's talk about this divorce real quick because I don't really want to talk about this moving forward. Amazing person. Shout out to my ex-husband. He was one of the first people to reach out to me and wish me a happy birthday. He sent me some dollars. So I'm grateful. Shout out to you. And wish him absolutely the best. I married him because this was someone that I believed in and I really loved. So sucks that it didn't work, but people need to normalize leaving without destroying one another. Like leaving and still having enough respect and realizing why you all came together in the first place. And just being able to bow gracefully, you know, we don't need to destroy one another because we don't work. So, what? But it's like, what made y'all not work out? It was just too many differences. When we first got married, or when he was proposing to me and wanting to get married, everything that I wanted, he wanted. Of course, everything that I wanted, he wanted. Oh, we're gonna have kids. Oh, I'm going to help you with your business. I'm going to help you with your YouTube. I'm going to build your website. You won't need for anything when it comes to that. Like, I married a very intelligent man, who is at the top of his career. He's amazing. He's doing his damn thing in this IT field. And like I said, I wish him nothing but the best. But like having my back and being supportive to me, that was never the case. And I couldn't keep being put on the back burner and keep being the person that was understanding. That didn't work out for me. So, a year and a half in, he's like, oh, I really don't want to have kids right now. And granted, the vid, we're going to do that again. And granted, the vid happened, it was around 2019. So the vid happened and the world shut down. It was just like, it was a crazy time. Everything that we had visioned for our life and our marriage, our union, it just never came to fruition. Like the world stopped. His family was traveling. It was like a year and a half, almost 2 years in. I want to say maybe 2 years in. His grandmother and grandfather, they were traveling. They went to go see everybody. Last stop, they were going to stay at our place. His grandma didn't like me. Why? It's none of my business to know, and she's no longer on this earth to share, so who cares? Like, whatever. For whatever reason she had that she didn't like me. She just didn't like me. She just didn't approve of me. But it was like too late. I'm already his wife. Like, she told my husband to, when she came over to visit our place, that she didn't want to see any articles of nothing of mine. She didn't want to see no article of clothing. She didn't want to see a picture, anything that was girly. She didn't want to see any of that. She asked him to put it away. Do you know this man started putting my stuff away? Hello? Excuse me? He started putting my stuff away. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, well, my grandma's coming and she doesn't want to see anything of yours. Actually, do you think that you can go stay at mom's? He wanted me to go stay at my mom. I said, baby, look, you don't even have to move my stuff. Not like to go move it anywhere in here. Let's just, hey, while you're moving it, go put it in my car. When I say that everything that I own got in my car, and I went and took my car to my mom's house, and I went to go stay with my mom, and I think he thought I was just gonna be there for like the time frame that his grandparents were staying in my home, in my bed, using my heater in the cold of winter. Child, you don't get to play those games with me. There is no push and pull. One thing about me, my family doesn't go. Anything, anyone that I love, you cannot play with. The fact that you were okay with your grandmother not wanting any of my belongings in my home, our home, the fact that you would go and move my stuff to make it as though I don't live here, baby, I ain't gotta live here. We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. 2 years in, my website wasn't here, and I'm sitting here and I'm watching you help other people with their YouTube. But when it comes to me, I have to wait. So, am I sleeping with the enemy? Now we don't want to have kids. And I'm just like, because when you get married, I didn't get married to get divorced. I won't say that the idea of divorce isn't on the table. Some people do get married to get divorced, but that wasn't the goal. The goal was forever. But the moment that you can start making decisions that affect my life and I have to just go with it, it's a no-go. It's never going to happen that way, sweetheart. My husband ex-husband, it had gotten to the point where he told me, because he's like, you will actually be an amazing mom. I decided that I don't want to have any children, but you should still be able to. How am I have kids when we married and you don't want to have kids? So how's that going to work? He's like, well, you can go and have a baby. You can go get a boyfriend. You can have a baby and I'll help you raise it. I just don't want to have any kids. So when was the lie? Was it before we got married when you said that you wanted them? Or like what's really the tea? It wasn't for me to understand. I thought about it for a second. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'm like, no, this is not cool. First of all, what man is gonna be? I've had many men want me to mother their children. What man is gonna be okay with giving me his seed and just stepping back and allowing my husband and I to raise it? And I thought about my child, like, so your daddy is your daddy, but we were together before, but then mommy went and made you, and then I came back because daddy said he didn't want no kids, but he told me that's okay. I'm just like, girl, this is sick. Like, I'm not doing that I'm not doing it to myself. I'm not doing it to my future children. It's not worth it. It's not that serious. So I'm like, you know what? All these different factors, I was just like, I gotta choose me. I gotta choose myself. Like, this isn't gonna work. But I never disrespected my husband. I never down talked him, downplayed him. We didn't. We probably got into like one or two arguments in the whole 5.5 years of marriage. Like I said, this man was one of the first people to wish me happy birthday this morning and sent me some cash dollars. So shout out to you. Thank you. But it was never malice. We can normalize leaving without destruction. So We had been living apart for about 3 years. So I feel like that was perfect because it was a perfect amount of separation, but we were still unified because we were still married. You know, we did a lot of things together, especially legally. We had so many things that we were tied to, and with dreams of, you know, having scaling my business and like becoming like that girl with it. I'm just like, I don't want to risk. I'm doing all the work. Like, I learned how to do my own website. Everything that he said he was going to help me do, teach me to do, be, and all that. When he didn't show up for me, I showed up and I learned. And there's just never going to be a world where I'm going to sit back and allow myself to be dogged out and then reward someone with my presence. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my presence away. Because it's a present. You know, to be present is a present. And a lot of times people don't realize that. So we got to do better with that. Let's make sure we acknowledge when people are present. But that wasn't the case. So I built my own website, www.yasssuga.com. That's YASSSSUGA.com. It's beautiful. Check it out. Go ahead and add to cart and check out. If you'd love to, you'll definitely be getting some amazing quality products handcrafted by yours truly. But outside of that, shameless plug. But yeah, I'm just like, if there's too many areas where I'm able to succeed and I have to make do without you, then I'm gonna do without you. Like I single me, please. Like, let's sign these papers. So it just so happened I ended up going to Las Vegas. I didn't even realize it was Easter Sunday. That's so sick. I was traveling Easter Sunday. I didn't even have no Easter. But anyway, I went down to Las Vegas Easter Sunday because I was going to attend a wedding April 1st. Not only was I in attendance, I actually made some beautiful soaps for the wedding. The wedding was beautiful. And that was just like a crazy feeling, like going to a wedding knowing that you about to go back home and sign divorce papers. Like, but I had a fucking good time. Child was cha-cha, wobble baby wobble, baby wobble baby wobbling. We was doing just everything, just eating, drinking, and just being merry. And the moment that I woke up, got back on that there, highway, road, whatever, on my way back out here, I came home, changed my clothes, got into the cutest outfit, and I drove 80 miles down to my grandmother's house in Hawthorne. And I told him to pick me up at my grandma's house so we can go and get these papers signed. And of course, when I got there and I was looking scrumdiddlyumptious, he was like, "What are you doing? Why are you looking so good? It's a celebration." Like, what are you? Like, what do you mean? Why am I looking so good? It's a celebration. I'm about to get my life back. Are you serious? So we went to the UPS store, like in Inglewood, because they had a notary. We had to get our divorce papers notarized once I signed. You know, I let his lawyers draft it. I don't even know what the paper said. I did not care. Does this mean that I get my life back? Sign. Like, sign. I don't even care. I will start from zero. I've had zero before. I will start back from zero. I'm gonna start from the ground up any time I have to. Long as I got my Lord and myself, I'm gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna be good. You can have whatever. Matter of fact, when we got divorced, that man left me with 44 cents in the bank account.
No way!
You know, that's neither here nor there. But I signed the papers. Fellas was looking at me. Oh, he was hot. Don't be looking at my wife. Excuse me. Future ex-wife. Very soon. We're here to sign divorce papers. He's like, shut up. I'm telling people that we're here to sign divorce papers. What are you getting jealous for? I'm about to be on the market. Sign those papers. We had a beautiful and amicably decided divorce. It was an amicable. How you say the word? I'm gonna cut that out. We had a very beautiful divorce. It was just the two of us during the divorce. Like it was just the two of us when we went down to the chapel to get married. Just like it was just the two of us. I thought in our marriage, you know. Whatever. Would I ever get married again? Who knows? I'm not thinking about none of that. Like I said, I'm just focused on how can I better self. And so that's what a lot of this channel is going to be about. Even if I give a story, it's always going to be something that you could take from it. So if I had anything to tell a younger person, it doesn't even have to be a lady, you know, anybody, anyone who's in a relationship too long that's going nowhere, anyone that's in a marriage that was, you know, so many different promissory things. First of all, if it's going to be promissory, get it in writing and have it notarized so that way it's law, it's legally binding. You know, let's go and do documents, get some documentation together, and make sure that is legally binding. I mean, if a person could promise it to you, they could promise it on paper, right? That's just my thing. Don't never get God. It's crazy that you would have to say that, you know, going into a union that someone asked you to join with them, you know. But yeah, definitely get everything in writing. Don't fall for potential. It's not a thing, you know. Either a person is or they aren't. And either you're okay with who this person is this particular way, or you're not. Just be very open and honest with yourself. Be real 100% always. And never lead with disrespect. One thing that I was very proud of was that we were definitely aware how we felt for one another before we joined into our union, and just making sure that it's a very healthy space on the exit. I knew he was going to miss me. I set things up that way. Like, what? Your life was so smooth and easy. I made it easy. I'm not confrontational. I don't want to fight. Whatever. Make you feel like you're winning. And then I'm gone, and I move on and move forward. And you could watch from the sidelines, and don't tell anybody I was your ex-wife. I wouldn't tell anybody that I fumbled me. Like, don't even do it. That's just our little secret. That's just between the two of us. You know, but like I said, I wish him the absolute best. I'm so grateful that happened. That was like, it was just perfect. Like this year, I've just truly been seeing like God and like me. So this video right now, I know I was rambling, but just giving y'all a little backstory. I'm just showing up, like being present, showing up for myself and y'all, you know. So look, that's all I got tonight. I'm tired. I'm trying to get this out. Not trying. I'm going to get this uploaded, even if it's 11:58 p.m. It's going to happen on this Christmas day. So I pray that you had an amazing Christmas. If you want to wish me a Merry Christmas and a Happy Birthday, let me know down below. If you've ever gone through anything like similar to what I've gone through with like a job or even a marriage or a friendship, heck, a relationship with a family member, whatever you want to let me know about its event, go ahead, drop it down below in the comments, because I would love to build a community. I want to be able to connect with you all. So I had to get to a place mentally where I was able to do so, and I feel like I arrived. So thank you for sitting with me. This has been Sitting with Sis, episode 1. I am looking forward to doing this like once, twice a week. I'm getting a feel for it. Have a patience with me. And if you have any tips and pointers, leave those down below too. You know, you can send me some links because I'm still learning. I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully, I was looking in the proper space. Hopefully, the sound is nice. You see my mic? Isn't it nice? It's so beautiful. I'm just so happy to be here, and I'm actually really excited. So, you'll be seeing more of me later. Good night. And Merry Christmas, ho ho hoes.
And it looks like we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for sitting with me. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of today's show. And like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Well, in the next one. Well, you'll see me. You know what I mean.